Hello. Recently, I borrowed the Heartstopper Yearbook by Oseman from my library, and I just wanted to do a little video talking about what it's about and my thoughts on it. So in 2025, I read the Heartstopper series for the first time, and I've really been loving it. It's been a few months since I read anything related to it, so I've missed being in that universe, and this was a nice thing to read in between as I wait for the 6th and final volume to be released this July. I have not yet read the novella Nick and Charlie, as I believe that takes place after the end of Heartstopper, so I'll read that then. But I have read the novella this winter, and I've read the first 5 volumes, and I really enjoyed them. This has become a series, a universe that I'm really invested in and just really enjoy. I really like the representation in it, and it's just cute and wholesome, and I love the art, and I just like a lot of things about it. It's definitely something I'm really enjoying, and being primarily a graphic novel, it's pretty easy to read and follow along with. It's not very boring, so I just think it's a really nice, important, but also fun and entertaining series. And I think that Alice Oseman is becoming a contender for one of my favorite authors, and I want to read more of her books. I don't know about all of them, but there are definitely more on my TBR that I would love to read. I do plan on getting to Solitaire soon. If not this month, then probably next month, but I definitely am looking forward to reading that one. As I'm trying to think of things I like about this series, I also wanted to mention the characters. I don't absolutely love all of them, but I think some of the characters are really good, the main ones especially. So I knew that this book existed. I wasn't quite sure what it entailed. Hearing that it was a yearbook, I thought maybe it was like actually a yearbook of the school that the students go to, but then again there are 2 different schools, so I wasn't quite sure. I didn't look that deep into it before borrowing it, but it's not really a yearbook, so I'll tell you some of the things that are in it to give you an idea if you don't know. So this is just a nice little book in the universe. It's not really a story, it's more of information. It can be nice for your collection if you want to own everything about the series. So one of the things it has is character profiles of a few of the characters, not like extensive information about all the characters ever, but some of the main ones. The author also did one for herself. And something that I find cool about her and this series is that she both writes and illustrates it, and that's really cool. Like, the covers are done by her, and I think that's really special, and I really like her art style. There are a few sections where the author writes about certain things, like her thoughts on certain seasons of the year and how those come into the series, or her thoughts on pride and what that means to her and what it can mean and how it's represented in the series. And then those sections will be followed by some of her artwork of the characters to do with those things in those settings, so that was pretty cool. I thought the pride section was pretty nice. I enjoyed hearing her thoughts about that. One of the things in this that I think is really nice is that there is a lot of beautiful, wonderful, full color artwork in this. Like, in the graphic novels, it has like this greenish tint to it, so it's not full color, but in this book, the artwork is, and I think it looks really nice. The author also talks about the progression of the Heartstopper series and how her art style evolved over the years. So she has like a little section for each year from 2013 to 2022 when this book was published. There's a little quiz in there that is, are you more like Nick or Charlie? And it's the kind of thing where it's an A or B choice. And then it says if you picked mostly A's or you picked mostly B's, this is your result. So that was a fun little thing. Reminds me of some online quizzes I've taken. I enjoyed that. And to give my results, I am definitely a lot more like Charlie. I thought so. This book has a lot to it despite not being very big. It has some mini comics that take place in the Heartstopper universe about a few different characters. So I guess those would be canon to the story. They just weren't in the graphic novels. I don't know if they were like deleted scenes or just extra things that she had lying around or that she did for this, but they're a part of it. There are also Charlie and Nick's family trees with a little bit of information about their families. And there's a section the author did of how to draw a few of the characters, and she has some tips and advice in there, and it doesn't just have photos of each step, but information to go along with it. So people who are interested in drawing the characters, I think that'll be very useful for them. I really enjoyed this. I had fun reading this. Like I said, it helped with not having read this for a few months, and it was fun to go back to that world. I think if you're a fan of Heartstopper and you haven't read this, you'd probably enjoy it. If you haven't read any of the series but you're trying to get into it, this probably would not be the place to start because it doesn't really have the story in it. It's just got a few mini comics and they're kind of just in random parts of the story. And when she also does show some of her earliest artwork of the characters from Heartstopper, so that was interesting to see. I thought this was fun. It's so colorful and just well put together. Like, her books are just a delight. Like, the covers look nice, and like even the end pages, I'll show you. It's always nice when a book has nice end pages. They're just so cute. Just kind of briefly flip through it, and it just looks nice. I give it 5 stars. If you've read this or anything else in this series or by this author, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So I think that's all I have to say about the Heartstopper Yearbook, but I really enjoyed this. I think it's a nice addition to the series that some big fans will enjoy, and thank you for watching.